What is in my pocket? It is my water wallet. God damn it.
So, what I did originally was, on this knife, I wanted to do a fun clip that was different. It was a style clip. If you lived someplace where maybe they're not as knife friendly, or there's a bunch of little Democrats with little bunny rabbit hearts and they get all worked up about you having toxic masculinity tools in your pocket, what I thought would be fun is to do a knife that had a coin clip. So I did the Theseus with this coin clip, and it works great on horizontal pockets. So I'm going to take, because it's a brand new knife and I don't want to scrape it, that's my Hellbent holster wallet. This works great, kind of dropped into the pocket and slid to the back corner. Now, on these type of pants, panel front, horizontal pocket pants, it works really seamlessly. On jeans, it works well. On vertical pocket dress pants, it doesn't work as well. So this was a real natural for me, and I thought what it did is it gives someone a knife look, a little look that was a little less knifey. It looks more like a little pocket tchotchke thing rather than a typical knife clip. All right, here's what I found though. This knife's a little outside the Greg Medford lane, the Medford knife and tool lane. And I have a lot of knives that are pressing that lane to be a much wider highway, but this knife was an initial jump outside. It's got a little bit of a hunting Americana flair with its drop point lines and its bolster look, and it just doesn't look like my fan base expects from me instantaneously. But I think it's got a lovely style. It was my favorite knife I've ever drawn. When it got made, I really liked it. I put the clip on it. I was trying to do something different with the clip. The clip worked fine for me. It didn't work for everybody. And because you got one, it was kind of on the edge of my highway. It wasn't my normal thing, a little off Greg's beaten path. And the clip, that's two huhs. And that was too much emotional purchasing feng shui for the Theseus. So, not being as bullheaded as people might think from the outside, I redesigned the Theseus with a little more industry standard type clip. So it's a fully machined and milled titanium clip that's been skeletonized a little bit. Dual screw, really tough, really straightforward, very, very kind of common and easy to, just totally normal as expected. And now you've got a knife that's a little outside Greg's zone, but nothing else about it is, I'm going to call it emotional feng shui. So I have a couple of these classic -1 Theseuses. If anybody wants one of those, I think we still have one or two of them around, and there's some floating around out in the market. They're going to probably become a little collectible with that really unique clip. What we did is we flipped them over. If you flip them over, you'll see we've done this kind of contoured, lovely clip. Now, we'll do a close-up on the knives in a minute, but I want to tell you a little bit about why I'm doing this. Here's why I'm doing this. When a knife doesn't just jump into success like the USMC Fighter Flipper seems to be, as a designer and like Jeff and me and Amy as salespeople, Jeff and Amy and I don't want to dive into as much stuff that's got emotional impediments. We don't want to get merchandise into people's shelves that's going to sit there in their stores. So this recomposition of the knife, I had to kind of do a reset on everybody and say, hey guys, this is a really good knife. The guys who have it love it. The clip's a little bit of an issue. I've changed that. Let's dive back in and relaunch the knife, because I think what happens is the ass end of the knife, if you want to look down here now, the ass end of the knife feels chunky and weird because of this. Now, it doesn't bother me because I've got pretty big paws for a guy my size, but a lot of people it bugs. With this more traditional style of clip, it just disappears in your hand. It feels lovely and it's not a hot spot. So this is the new clip Theseus. We're relaunching this knife. We have these 3 versions here that'll be available this week. We did the first few for me to kind of do a little release party. And here's what we're offering. For these 3, this color composition, we have this bronze knife with this unique samurai sack. If you haven't seen the samurai sacks, these are really cool little bags. They're made from my antique kimono collection. They're lined. They've got leather ties on them. They will fit a Theseus absolutely perfectly. This is the small samurai sack. I like to tie them around the front like so. And now when it's in the console of your vehicle, or it's bouncing around or sitting on the counter at home, you know, a little kid's not going to pick it up and open it up, or someone's not going to go, what's this? Or you can have it sitting on your desk at work, but it's not getting scratched or banging into stuff. These are really lovely. You know, you got this $500 or $1,000 or $1,500 or $6,000 knife. You just don't want to like take your presidential Rolex and flop it out on a Formica table and start putting little micro scratches all over it. A little bag like this is really nice. You pop it open, take your knife out at the end of the day. I'd have one of these. I'd leave it on the desk at work. And whenever you've got a knife with you, you throw it in the bag, and it'll never offend anybody. And then you know what I would recommend you do? I would recommend, if you have to do that, time for the camera right up here. If you have to do that, fucking get a new job. Nobody should have to hide a knife at work. Next, they're going to want you to put on a penis girdle to tuck it all back and hide that you got a man bulge. What the fuck is going on with the world? Anyways, a lovely little bundle. I think you guys will enjoy this. It's the Theseus. We're going to even throw in one of the pewter Scarface beads. So pewter Scarface bead for anybody who buys them this week, starting this Saturday. Well, this is going to start. Billy, when does this start? Tomorrow? Okay, so this goes tomorrow through, I'm going to tell you the date, and we're going to wrap this up on the 15th, next Friday. Now through Friday, if you jump in for a Theseus, we're relaunching the knife. Standard price, no discount on the price, but we're throwing in one-of-a-kind custom samurai sacks that we kind of picked to go with them, and a pewter lanyard bead. And if you buy the knife, I will actually personally tie it and put a cool lanyard tie on there for you, so you can get something that's got a little panache right from the guy whose name and design is in your hand. Anyways, Greg Medford from Medford Knife, MKTUSA, Billy on the camera, everybody else chilling like villains on Friday. I've been in since 5:15, working it, packing for the Iwa show. You guys, get a cool knife. You